Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. This is Nasir Ud Din, and you're watching Scope 360. We have an exciting show for you today. In our studio, we have a gentleman that does not need any introduction because everybody knows him, but I will give you an introduction for him. His name is Mr. Ovais Iqbal. He is a host for Geo TV show that comes every Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 p.m. He does a lot of work in the community. He's involved in charitable organizations and so much stuff that he does. So today we're going to have a in-depth interview with him of some of the latest things that he's doing. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. So Ovais, I know that you do a lot of things in our community. In the past month, you've been traveling a lot. You've been racking up a lot of air miles. You're traveling to the United States. I've been following you on Facebook. You went through California, St. Louis, Detroit. You did a lot of things in Canada as well too. So you're always on the go. I don't know how you do it because just watching you, I get tired. So you want to tell our audience a little bit about some of the involvement that you've been doing for the past little while for our community?
Absolutely. First of all, Nasir, thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you, Ovais.
And I would like to also thank Scope 360 TV for their contribution to support the victims of flood relief.
Thank you.
You guys donated $10,000 and I was so happy and glad to receive that check here today with you. So basically, yes, alhamdulillah, ये अल्लाह की तरफ से blessing है कि जो है वो हमें जो overseas पाकिस्तानी हैं, we always, हमारे जो दिल हैं वो पाकिस्तान के साथ धड़कते हैं. Right? So if there is anything happening in Pakistan from disaster perspective, we always step up. And this is exactly what happened this month, right? When we all saw how Pakistan, how the flood devastation happened, kitne 33 million people got displaced. So this was our role, right? To step up. So unprecedented disaster hai, to action bhi unprecedented chahiye, right? So we have to cut our sleep, we have to cut other things, and we have to go to people and engage them. And that's what I'm glad that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave me that opportunity. He chose me to go coast to coast to people, create the awareness, not only to Pakistani community. For example, if I'm taking a cab from the airport and going to my hotel in Atlanta, while we're sitting in the cab, whether the driver is Muslim or non-Muslim or from whichever country, and you ask them, do you know what's happening in Pakistan? For the most part, people had no clue because we all are busy in our lives.
Yes.
So that gave us the opportunity to take the message to not just Pakistani but all the others. The good news is that overseas Pakistanis in Canada as well as in America, they all stepped up.
Yes.
In just 8 cities tour in America, we raised $2 million.
Yeah, what cities did you visit? Tell our audience.
So first I went to Detroit. It was my first time ever.
Oh, okay.
I've crossed Detroit while going to Chicago, but never stayed there.
Right.
That was our first stop with Indus Hospital. We raised about 300K. Then we went to, now I'm even forgetting the names. Then we went to San Antonio.
Okay.
To Texas. We went there. The next stop was Minneapolis. And then the next weekend was other 3 cities, then other 3 cities. So it was Atlanta, St. Louis, and then it was Austin, then Chicago. But everywhere we went, community was so loving.
Yeah.
Although number of fundraisers have happened, but still communities are stepping up and everybody wants to donate.
Now, ये जो organization आपकी है, what was in Indus?
So I actually help number of organizations. Yes. So here in Canada, mainly I'm associated with Human Concern International, HCI, which is one of the oldest Muslim charity, 40 plus years in the making. And so होता क्या है कि जो लोग समझते हैं कि सिर्फ you can donate or contribute through money. Okay. That's not the case. आपको अल्लाह ने skills दी हैं, आपको अल्लाह ने जो है वो और जिन सलाहियतों से नवाजा है, you can also spread that. Right?
Yes.
So this is where I find that I have this skill that I can help the charities to do their fundraising strategy, interact with the artist, and do the whole event management because it's all about experience.
Right.
So when you leave your home, you come to an event, and when you are driving back with your wife, if you're talking in the car that how good the event was, this is the experience. Versus you're going home and you're saying, you know what, next time I'm not going to come to their event. So that's where, alhamdulillah, we have worked in the corporate world. You work for Loblaw, I work for the big IT company. So that's what we have seen, कि किस तरह से आपने यूज़र के एक्सपीरियंस पे फोकस करना है. तो HCI is one. जो अमेरिका का टूर था वो it was with Indus Hospital Pakistan, which offers free medical care to Pakistani people there. They've got 13 different locations. Similarly, there are a bunch of other organizations. I've helped them in the last X number of years, and I was instrumental, alhamdulillah, to raise millions of dollars in Canada.
So how did you personally get involved in, because you have to have a certain personality, you have to have a certain desire, that push. Not everybody, like I said, watching you on Facebook and आपके travels, मैं खुद थक जाता हूँ कि oh my god, कि ये इधर जा रहे हैं, तो कहते हैं कि you have to have a certain personality. तो आपने ये कैसे शुरू किया, कि who was your inspiration?
Yeah, very good. It's a good question. कैसे शुरू किया, ये तो कई सालों पे मुहित सफ़र है, right? ख़ास तौर पे अगर आप फंडरेजिंग के हवाले से बात करेंगे तो this was 2012, right? 2012, I used to be part of the executive committee member of one of the mosques in Mississauga, right? And this mosque will raise money every Ramadan, like everybody else does, but they would never go beyond $30,000-40,000.
Okay.
Right? So I was part of the committee member, और अल्लाह ने जैसे मैंने कहा skills दी हैं, so I can look at the complex situation and I can try to make it simplify, so then people can understand.
Yes.
So I took their entire message, और मुझे अल्लाह ने उस वक्त ये बात सुझाई. The way I came up with a fundraising idea for that mosque was, let's say there's 365 days in a year. ठीक है? तो मैंने क्या किया कि पूरे साल का जो खर्चा होता है मस्जिद का, उसको मैंने कहा let's bring a new technique. So what we do is, let's divide the expenses of the whole year into 365. So at that time the number came to $395. तो मैंने कहा our pitch is going to be कि why don't you support the masjid for one full day?
Yes.
$395. So think about the sense of achievement and sense of satisfaction that you're paying for the whole day of the expenses.
Yeah.
So all we had to do was to sell 365 days, and they went like hotcake.
Yes.
And that was the first year this mosque, with same people, those who used to come, we raised $140,000.
Mashallah, mashallah.
So alhamdulillah, that was the beginning of developing the fundraising strategies for various different organizations. And since then, I don't even know how many fundraisers I've been able to help.
Mashallah. Yeah, you always have to keep it very simple, because you know that a lot of times, जो goals होते हैं, लोग समझते हैं इतना दूर है, so far, but when you break it down and keep it very simple, then it's more attainable. Mashallah, that's good. Now you were saying, involvement is not just by writing a check or going online and doing the funds. Involvement is getting involved in the community. So you have 4 children.
Yes, I do.
Do you get them involved in as well too, in the community?
Absolutely, yeah. When we do events where I am sort of in charge and I have more control over the event, then I bring my kids as a volunteer too, right? So they also see what I'm doing, where am I going. We sit down and we talk, because not everybody will develop this passion, even in my family, as is normal. But 1 or 2 will definitely develop this passion and keep that legacy going, inshallah.
But दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि like a lot of the times, आपके जो parents होते हैं, who've been either born back home or they've been born here, they've been raised up here, उनके बच्चे होते हैं, उनको हमेशा ये है कि मुझे यूरोप जाना है, मुझे कैरेबियन जाना है, मुझे पाकिस्तान नहीं जाना, और I don't want to talk about Pakistan, I don't know anything about it. लेकिन सबसे बड़ी चीज़ ये होती है कि यहाँ के जो माँ बाप होते हैं कि my kids don't know about the culture, you know, they don't know. तो आपकी क्या एडवाइस है ऑडियंस के लिए कि जो obviously आप इतने इन्वॉल्व होते हैं कि जो माँ बाप हैं अपने बच्चों को और लेके आए? What would you tell them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is no different. Same story in every single family. But I'm so happy and glad. Maybe one day you'll get to meet with my children, and you will notice we go to Pakistan almost every year.
MashaAllah.
Right, and we have them connected with our roots. Maybe बहुत सारी families के लिए difficult होगा हर साल जाना. It's a big expense.
Yes.
But you need to make an effort to it. Last year मेरे बच्चे मुझे समर में फोर्सफुली लेके गए पाकिस्तान समर में जाना है. मैंने कहा भाई देख लो गर्मी होगी टिका के बेड़ा गर्क होगा. कहते नहीं, we have to go to northern areas. They've never been there.
Good.
So I drove from Karachi all the way to China border, 17-day trip.
Wow.
I drove myself, I took them, and it was the trip of lifetime.
MashaAllah.
तो उसमें क्या है कि बच्चों के साथ आपकी मेमोरीज बिल्ड होती हैं. मैं तो सिर्फ देखने वालों को ये कहूँगा कि द बेस्ट पॉलिसी इज़ दैट यू टेक थिंग्स इन पैरेलल. कुछ हमारे लोग हैं वो ये सोचते हैं कि पहले ए अचीव हो जाएगा तो बी पे काम शुरू करेंगे, बी होगा तो सी पे करेंगे. दैट इज़ नॉट द राइट अप्रोच इन माई ओपिनियन. हमने बच्चों की छोटी एज से जितनी हमारी इस्तिताअत थी, पहुँच थी, जितनी अफोर्ड कर सकते थे, उस टाइप के हमने ट्रैवल किए, वेदर फ्रॉम टोरंटो टू शिकागो. और वेदर फ्रॉम टोरंटो तो कहीं भी हम जा रहे हैं, तो हमने हमेशा, क्योंकि हमारी भी तो लाइफ है ना, हम भी पिच पे हमारी इनिंग का टाइम है
जी हाँ।
तो जब इनिंग का टाइम है तो आप जो है वो 12वां खिलाड़ी बने हुए हैं, और जब जो है वो आपका टाइम गुजर जाएगा तो आप स्टेडियम में बैठ के तालियां बजा रहे हैं। यू मस्ट रियलाइज दैट दिस इज ऑल्सो योर टाइम। ये एक्सक्यूज नहीं कि मेरे बच्चे छोटे हैं तो मैं अभी कहाँ जाऊँ, नो, जस्ट कीप थिंग्स गोइंग इन पैरेलल। तो ये अल्लाह का फजल है कि अल्लाह ने हमें इन सलाहियतों से नवाजा है। वालिदैन की दुआएं हैं कि यहाँ हम आज आपके साथ बैठे हैं, और यही दुआ करते हैं कि अल्लाह तबारक व तआला जो काम ले रहा है इखलास के साथ ले, ठीक है, गुड इंटेंशंस के साथ ले, और कल हमारे लिए सदका जारिया बन जाए।
माशाल्लाह माशाल्लाह। उवैस, ये मुझे बताएं कि जो लोग डोनेट भी करते हैं फाइनेंशियली, उनको ये कंसर्न होता है कि जो पैसा हम लोग कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं
जी,
is it going to go to the right place? Right. Is it going to go to the right area?
Bilkul.
So can we talk about that after the break?
Sure.
Great, excellent. So we'll be right back talking with Ovais Iqbal.